Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I am Ashley. I'm a homeschooling mom with 7 kiddos, about to be 8. We are going into our 6th year of homeschooling for the 2023-2024 school year. I just did a video not long ago about vocabulary for 9th grade. I wanted to do one on 6th grade in case, because most people that are, even though it's the same curriculum company, if you are searching for middle school vocabulary curriculum, you are not going to pick up on it because I did it for my 9th grader. So I wanted to go over my wordlywise 6th grade vocabulary with you guys. This is a vocabulary curriculum piece that we have been using for a long time. At least 3 years, maybe 4. I don't think 5, maybe 5. I don't even know at this point. It starts in kinder. They start in kinder and go all the way to 12th. I do not do vocabulary until later. You could if you wanted to. My older 2, I think, started in 4th or 5th, just because. But I typically don't start vocabulary super early. So I wanted to go over the book, they call it book 6, but it has corresponded with the grade level for my kids as, the same number on the book. So I use this lightly. Now my high schooler will be using this right now. He is not prepping yet for SAT, ACT stuff yet. So next year in 10th grade, next year in 10th grade, he might be doing something different in regards to that. But this has worked so well for us the last however many years. I have really enjoyed, and we have really enjoyed using it. They have learned a lot. They have words in here that I have never heard of, and they'll ask me, and I'm like, I don't know, let me Google that, because I have never heard of that before. So this is a very solid curriculum. We have loved it, and it has worked really well. Now, with that being said, we do not do everything in this curriculum. We do not have to do quizzes. We do not have to do tests in Texas. That's just how the homeschooling laws are. There really are none. And so I just kind of wanted to do a flip through in case you are looking for a vocabulary curriculum for your middle schooler. My oldest has done the 6th, 7th, and 8th, so this will be for my 2nd kiddo. They have, let me see how they, each lesson has a word list, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, yes, at the back, they have it all in alphabetical order. So all of the words in alphabetical order in the back. And then they also have, I thought they had it separated by, no they don't, I guess. I thought they had it separated by lesson, but they don't. So what they give you first is your word list. And so they have each word here, how to pronounce it, the different, noun, then a sentence that goes with it. Adjective, a sentence that goes with it. And so they have all the words here, a little bit of description for each of the words. So it has the definition, it has the pronunciation. There are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 words. So they have them in alphabetical order first. So that'll be your beginning part of each lesson. 1A, how my kids do it is they do one section every day. Or, 1A is the first day, then 1B is the second day. So it's not all the same throughout the whole book. Like, for example, here's finding meanings. Choose 2 phrases to form a sentence that correctly use a word from the word list, and then write the sentence. Okay, so they'll have that. And here they have the little, as a side, they have them in order here too. Just the right word. This is 1B, so they would do this on Monday. Tuesday, they would go to this, and they would replace each phrase in bold with a single word from the word list. So basically, the definition is here, and you pick your word, and you replace it. So it's just putting the definition with the word. Then they have things like applying meanings, circle the letter or letters next to each correct answer. There may be more than one correct answer. Now, I have not used a teacher guide for any of these so far, but I am thinking for my 9th grader and maybe for my 6th grader, I might be ordering that, because there are some things that are tricky in these that we have found to be tricky last year. And I was like, geez, I don't know. I think this is right, but I'm not 100%. And I didn't have the answer key, so we just assumed that was right. And because we don't have to check it, or take quizzes or anything like that, we were just like, okay, I think this is it. Maybe double check with my husband and see if he thinks that's right too. But especially when there's like, oh, there could be more than one answer, or there might not be the correct answer in this, or it could just be one, or it could be two, and it's like, okay. So I am thinking I will probably get the answer key, especially for my 9th grader, maybe for my 6th grader. Just kind of an FYI. Obviously, the younger grades, you should know that's pretty simple, but as you kind of get higher up, and it's like, I don't know, some of these words are really, really tricky, and I don't know. Synonyms. Okay, so here's your circle the 2 synonyms in each group of 4 words. So you would have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, I wouldn't necessarily do anything unless there is a passage at the end of each lesson, which you can do. Mine would kind of do it if they wanted to, and if not, it wasn't a big deal, because you would answer the questions based on the passage. Sometimes they would read the passage and not do the questions. Sometimes they would read the passage and do the questions. Sometimes they wouldn't do either. So it's really, because this has like 15 questions. So fun and fascinating facts. They have a little blurb usually at the end of each lesson here. And then the vocabulary extension, we really never did that, but that is what right here, that is what this is. So you would, it's kind of like a group thing, or a, writing thing, write 2 to 4 sentences. If you went to an exhibit about space at a museum, what would you see? I just didn't feel it was like super necessary for them to do that. So I never required them to do it. And I don't really think any of them, they might've started off doing it. But then they don't, they usually end up not. They're like, if I don't have to do that, I'm not doing that. So then you would go on to lesson 2. So then the next week would be lesson 2. And again, like I said, it's not all the same thing. So using words in context, write C if it's correct, or write I if it's used incorrectly. So it's not all the same for each lesson. So it's not like 1A is not going to be the same as 2A necessarily. So that kind of shuffles it around a little bit so that you don't always have the same exact thing. Completing sentences, complete the sentence to demonstrate your knowledge of the word in bold. A triumph for me would be, if you violate the law, that means you. So you're kind of like defining the word, but putting it into a sentence. There's your passage here, which the passages are interesting. So if anything, maybe have them read it just for the heck of reading it, but not necessarily answer the questions if you don't have to. I cannot remember if this comes with a quiz guide or anything like that, because we've never had to do that. And so if it does, and you're required to submit things like that, then get that. But I've never had to use that. So more fun and fascinating facts, vocabulary extension, and then you go on to the next week. So there are 20 weeks. So my oldest, I know, finished this way early, because there are some days that he would do like 2 lessons a day just to get ahead. And so he ended up, this was like one of the first curriculum pieces that he finished early, which is fine, totally fine. They do have lessons. So like, for example, this one's lessons 17 through 20. They have a review. So I'm assuming like every 3 or 4, they kind of bunch together, and then it becomes like your kind of like quiz, I guess, review. And that's it. So This, for my high schooler, it is not a required course, obviously. I mean, it's not a required course for anything, but it has been so beneficial that I have just kept with it, and it has just worked really well. But my ninth grader will do this just kind of on the side to keep up with that vocabulary, because we will be heading into the SAT, ACT realm of things within the next year. So, but for sixth grade, this has worked well. For fifth grade, for elementary, but like I said, I have not used, I don't think I used kinder first or second. I think we started at third for my second kiddo. But I will not be doing the third grade level for my third grader this year. I'm not going to do that for her. She's just going to do the language arts. And again, that's just a kid by kid basis. It's not because I don't like the third grade level. I just kind of play it by ear with each kid and say, do they really need this right now? Are they getting enough out of their language arts to where they need, they don't need this? You just kind of play it by ear. But that is for sixth grade vocabulary. Let me know if you have any questions about this curriculum. Like I said, I can't remember if there is a actual test guide or just an answer key, but I will probably be getting the answer key for the 6th and the 9th. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions down below, guys, and I will see you next time. Take care.